Transparent reporting propels insurance growth by shaping strategies, fostering collaborations, and guiding Uganda's sector towards stability. The trajectory depicted in annual reports has the sector dubbed with ups and downs. Speaking at the stakeholder workshop with the intention of providing more knowledge to the players as they file their financial returns, Alhaji Kadunabi Ibrahim, the CEO of Insurance Regulatory Authority, says that the International Financial Reporting Standard 17 is a detailed financial reporting requirement which dictates companies to inject capital in their businesses to remain solvent or go for mergers and acquisitions.
I am an advocate of mergers because I'm an advocate of strong companies. If you cannot merge, then inject in money. If you cannot inject in money, you must go for mergers. You must be ready to be acquired. I anticipate with IFRS 17 taking root, I see more mergers and more acquisitions. And that to me is very good and okay. Now the standard required that effective 2023, every insurance player must comply. So ours in Uganda, they are already complying. Effective January 2023, they are complying. And the date is not set by IRA.
The International Financial Reporting Standard 17 that started in January 2023 introduced a universal reporting standard that compelled all insurers to employ a uniform accounting model for all insurance contracts. This move aimed to simplify comparisons of financial performance among companies, enticing more investors by harmonizing cross-border laws and reducing regulatory costs. Elias Omondi from Macroeconomic and Financial Management Institute of Eastern and Southern Africa emphasizes the importance of the regulatory-led training to facilitate the standards option.
If you look at the way East Africa has kind of been working, particularly in the financial sector and the insurance sector, there is need to really ensure that there's harmonization of law, because so many companies are operating cross-border. We've seen a lot of companies operating in Uganda, the same companies operating in Kenya and Tanzania. And that basically means that if we can be able to harmonize the differences in law, it will even make the cost of regulation easier for these particular companies. And with that, then we've seen the regulators across East Africa really discussing in terms of how then they would be able to harmonize the law. We might see a lot of investors even interested in coming in and putting more of their investment in the insurance sector, because it was difficult in the past to really be able to compare the insurance industry with any other sector. So this standard basically will enable even investors in terms of creating that transparency, that this is what I'm buying myself into, and that basically encourages investment in the future. So it's not just really encouraging what we call mergers and acquisition, which
the standard mandates insurance firms to segregate insurance service outcomes from finance income or expenses. A choice exists to recognize all finance income or loss in profit or allocate some to other comprehensive incomes. Excel Insurance's MD, Paul Muwanga, mentioned that the industry is uncertain about regulatory effects, highlighting complexities arising from jurisdictional variations in the sector.
We are not yet certain of how the regulation will impact the industry. First of all, this has been a discussion since 1997. The standard is a little complicated because it's worldwide, but there are different laws, there are different jurisdictions, and there are different companies at different stages offering different products to the public. Because of that, it's not very easy to standardize for everybody because of the many variables that are involved. What has happened over the last 2 to 3 years is that we have gotten a lot of support from our regulator and MEFME and other partners, and that is why we continue engaging and speaking so that we get a common way forward on how to deal with the standard. And this is one of the workshops to try and achieve that.
In a recent meeting with the regulators from East, Central and Southern Africa, Uganda was recognized as a leader in International Financial Reporting Standards 17 implementation, second to only South Africa. It replaces the International Financial Reporting Standards in 2004, which allowed varied accounting approaches, causing complexity in assessing insurance contract economics. Rona Nahabwe, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.